Alright guys, Schizorican here coming at you with another Paragon deck video. This time we're going to be looking at my personal favorite deck so far, which is my Rampage deck, the pick Rampage. Now if you look at here, I have 68% for my attack, so this is mainly a kind of a bruiser type of build. So I'm gonna walk you guys real quick over this. Like I said in my previous video, I always start with the health potion, the mana potion, and the harvester key. So this is what I have, kind of like my main three that I always start with. Then I always go for this baby right here, which is the wind carver blade. Let me look for that real quick so you guys can see it. All of you should have it. It seems to work wonderfully for me. If I can find it, Jesus. Should be coming up anytime soon. Right here. Alright, so basically more physical damage, more attack speed. I got two of those since this is mostly a attack speed, physical damage build. So I have two of those. Then I have a tuned barrier. This right there is situational. If I am going up against, let's say, a Murdoch who has a lot of energy damage, I put this puppy on and it seems to do well, and gives me that extra bit of time to get my ult down or just get myself out of a pretty bad situation. Now going over here, I have the Brawler's Ward. So if you look over here, I didn't pick a normal regular ward. I always begin playing as Rampage going to jungle. Literally, I go red camp or blue camp depending whatever my team requires, and I stick to that jungle. I try to get at least to like a level 2 or 3, most likely 3, and then I try to work on those ganks. Alright, so it really made no sense to have a ward. So I just stick to the key, and as soon as those harvesters become available, you just head right to the harvester, set it up, and you're on your way. So the Brawler's Ward is nice if you need it. If you really need it. If your team needs it, it's there. It's a shadow ward. It'll give you more physical damage and that little bit of extra mana if you want to get a couple more moves on your opponent. So another 3-point card right here is the Impact Hammer. This is physical damage and crit chance. I tend to use this as my second card. Usually I'll start off with the Wind Carver blade, build it up attack speed purely, and then I'll move to the Impact Hammer. But like I said, you know, there's multiple ways of doing this. Then I have the Spirit of the Rift Hunter. So this is also a physical damage and crit chance build. These two are closely the same. The difference is there's a Fury card and it gives you 15.2 physical damage from the get-go, which if you look at this, the only way you can get that 15.2 physical damage is whenever you fully upgrade it. So the Impact Hammer is definitely better if you do not care that much about crit chance. So this type of card I'll usually build mostly on physical damage, but if my attack speed is already high enough, so like this might be a card I'll use later game, I'll build it up on crit chance because most likely I haven't done much of that during the game. So these two, kind of the same ballpark, pick and choose. Then Merciless. I freaking love this whenever I'm playing with a good team. It gives me crit chance and attack speed, but then it has an extra 12% crit chance versus a bleeding target. So depending what your team is using and if you have a good communication with them, this works wonders. And then I got the Berserker Drive. I actually got this card not that long ago and I freaking love it. I essentially build it just like an attack speed card. I'll use it early game sometimes. I've just started using it. I got it yesterday. So what I'll do here is I'll go for mostly an attack speed or physical damage depending what my very first card was, and this will give me an extra 2.5% cooldown reduction. I've actually done one game where I started with this card instead of the Wind Carver blade, and it worked very well for me. So this right there, this is awesome. Like, honestly, it's probably one of the best starting cards for Rampage in the current build. So over here we have a 5-point card. This is the highest card I have on this deck. It's Heart Shot. Basically, later in the game, whenever you're on your OP Rampage steroid mode, you get an extra 70 points of move speed whenever you get a kill. This is awesome. This is also a very good card for someone like, say, Fang Mao, if he's Fury, which I'm pretty sure he is. But anyway, in the purposes of this deck, this is probably something that I'll pick later down the line. You don't never want to go for those 5-point cards early game. And then this 4-point Injured Rage, perfect for Rampage. This is typically what I'll go for in the later stages of the game. It's pure physical damage, and when I am critically wounded, I get even more physical damage. So, if you're going to be going head first against the other team, this works amazingly. Especially if you have a Mario on your team that can keep you alive that little bit of extra time doing your pretty critically wounded bad stages, and you might be able to finally win that 1v1 against a Murdoch or a Feng Mao. Probably two of the most annoying characters when it comes to pure damage. Alright, so that's what I have for my equipment cards, and then basically my upgrade cards are a mix of everything I have over here. Majority, so I have 5 on strike, so major strikes for that matter, so pure physical damage. If we go down over here, I have 3 kinetic. I have 1 major kinetic. I actually do not have more of these, sadly. I have 3 wound, 2 mana, 3 strike, so you know, these 3 right there are not that much of a focus for me, especially the mana. They're just situational. Same with health. I put 2 greater health in case I need that tuned barrier, and then I also have a greater barrier for this very same card. Then the Raging Chrono I just added. It seems like it would be a pretty good, oh shit, I need to have access to my ult a little bit faster, so it might work well with the Berserker drive. Sorry about that. Alright, okay, so that is essentially the rundown of my deck. Almost forgot, for the prime card I went for damage and damage bonus. A lot of people tend to go for the Centurion, but I feel like speccing too much into Rampage health on this specific Paragon build at the current meta, it does not sound like a good thing to do, simply for the fact that your ult is so OP and you're going to be getting so much health whenever you do that, that I feel like having that extra bit of health really doesn't help too much, and you're probably better off getting more physical damage and a damage bonus. So that is it for my Rampage build. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and if you would like me to guide you through another deck. In the meantime, this is Schizorican, and I'll see you guys on the next video.